Alabama U.S. Senator, member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, Senator Tommy Tuberville joins me. Good evening, sir. Maybe you can help me with this. The Secretary of State says we don't want any escalation. I get that. Nobody wants escalation. But how do you protect your military, your men and women in uniform, and the contractors in a dangerous region if we don't show some sort of strength or some sort of action? We don't want to escalate, but we don't want them sitting. Then we don't want them like sitting ducks over there. 7 are now injured.
Well, exactly right, Greta. We've asked for 2 years. Why are we not getting answers? It's obvious the Biden-Harris administration has no answers. Blinken has no answers. We're going to get people killed is what's going to happen. And all we do is we condemn. We condemn this. We condemn that. Sooner or later, we're either going to have to move people out or we're going to have to fight back. At the end of the day, we cannot put our people over there in harm's way and not let them protect themselves. We know where the missiles are coming from. We have great ISR. We know exactly where they're coming from. They won't tell anybody because they don't want to attack anybody back. But if President Trump was in office like he was when he killed Soleimani, that's exactly what you do. You go to the head of the snake.
All right, well, where did they come from? The United States won't tell us. In terms of transparency, do you know where those missiles came from? We have 7 people who are now injured tonight. I think the American people are entitled to know where they came from.
Well, all we have to do is ask the Secretary of Defense. They know exactly where they're coming from. They
won't tell us. But they won't tell us. Do they tell the Senate Armed Services Committee? I mean, this is like a big secret from the American people, and we're the ones that pay for it. We're the ones that are threatened by this as well.
Greta, that's what they do. They do not tell anybody the truth. They hold everything back. They don't tell anybody the truth. We have a hard time of getting any information from them, especially on the Republican side. But we know that Iran is behind all of this, and they're using money that we're giving them through the less sanctions that we put on Iran. Probably they're buying weapons from us and using them against us. It's a merry-go-round of what goes on in the Middle East. It's just a shame that we're not backing Israel more, giving them the weapons. We're holding weapons from Israel. We're not giving the weapons that they're supposed to be getting. They've actually paid for some weapons that spent their own money that we have not sent back to Israel. We're holding them. Biden and Harris are trying to do whatever they can to ride the fence, and they've done that the whole time. It's going to blow up in America's face. It's going to blow up in the Middle East is what's going to happen.
I don't think currently we're giving money to UNRWA. I think that has been put on hold by the Biden administration in January. They had reinstated it after the Trump had pulled it in 2018. But in 2024, in February this year, you sent a letter to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senate Minority Leader McConnell, and told them that we need to pass a law to stop funding UNRWA. What's become of that? Did that just go into a black hole, or are those 2 senators doing something about this?
Yeah, it just goes behind the curtain. Nobody ever finds out anything about it. We can send any kind of letter we want to anybody in this administration. You get 0 answers, Greta. They're complicit about holding everything back, not telling you what they're going to do or how they're going to do it. And we're all kept in the dark. It's absolutely amazing. But they've done that for 3.5 years, and it's because this administration. Go ahead.
But you also wrote this. You also wrote this letter to Senator McConnell. At least our research. You didn't just write it to Schumer. You wrote it to McConnell in February, saying we've got to stop supporting this. I mean, he's the leader of your party in the Senate. Have you heard back from him?
Well, I've talked to him about it. But like he tells me, Coach, you get as many answers as we get. They will not talk to us. They hold secrets. They hold it back. They don't want any kind of pressure put on them. And that's what's happened in our country. We get no answers, and we have no fight in us. We're weak. We're showing weakness every day.
Senator Tommy Tuberville, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Greta.